He said, they'll auction it off on the courthouse steps in 11 days. I said, okay. So here's the problem I got. This is a serious dilemma. I have to have that airplane. I'm out of money on the build project because everything, when you start a project like this, you always over budget. So I'm wondering, how much can I pay for that airplane that won't get me a divorce? Even though it was her idea, she told me I needed something. So I show up down there with a buddy of mine. The tax commissioner comes out, and I'm the only person standing there. I thought there'd be 1,000 people bidding on that airplane because that airplane would still fly. Now, it didn't have the flight logs with it, which meant you couldn't sell it, but it would still fly. You could get a ferry permit to take it somewhere if you needed to do that. So the lady looked at me and she says, the taxes owed on that airplane are $2,800. I said, I ain't going to get divorced over $2,800. So I wrote the check so fast I was putting holes in it. Yeah, I bought that airplane for $2,800. It was worth $1 million. So, and I'll get to how that happened. But anyway, so I got a bunch of veteran buddies of mine and another buddy of mine named Monty, and we went down there and started taking it apart. And for about 2 months, we worked on taking that thing up. No, 2 months is more like a month and a half. We worked taking it apart, and it's a French jet called a Falcon, and very fast airplane of it for its time. Got it up there, got it put in the air, got it situated, built around it, and then when I stepped back and looked at it, and I said, that's exactly what I saw in my dream. That's weird stuff, number one. The second part that's weird about it, that airplane's tail number was 97 Whiskey Juliet. So 3 years later, I get a call from a buddy of mine at McCullum Airport down in Kennesaw here.
Okay.
And he says, there's an old jet that they got down here they want to get rid of. I said, I'll be right there. So I get down there, and it's a G2. It's the big one next to it. So I get down there, and I said, God, this thing is just so pretty. And the inside of it's like brand new. The guy that owned it spent $1.5 million on the inside of it, and it flew 5 times after that. It's just like brand new. It looks like something Trump would fly. There's gold everywhere. All the leather's brand new. All the mahogany's brand new. I mean, it's just extraordinary. It still had the china in it. And it had been on the MacGyver series on a couple of 2 or 3 episodes. So the guy that owned it, who was a Hawthorne Aviation guy, says, if you can get that airplane in here 30 days, you can have it. I said, not a problem. So we had to get permits this time. The other time we moved it, we didn't get any permits, but I don't even want to go into that story. But so because it was a 35,000 pound airplane, and 80 feet long. So you can't get it from, I would have gotten put in jail in every county and trying to get back. So anyway, we got all the permits done, got it taken apart, and got it up there. And then after we got it set, a guy came in named Jim Karlovich, and Jim is a pilot and that I'd known for a while. And he said, you want to know the story of this airplane? I said, yeah. So he was telling me about the first airplane. He said, this belonged to a guy named William Johnson who owned 200 Waffle Houses. He lived at One Paces Ferry in Atlanta, was a double billionaire, been in business forever. The big church on West Paces Ferry, I forgot what the name of that thing is, but he was one of the founders of that big church. I forgot what it is, but it's huge. Everybody knows what it is. But anyway, so he said, and then the Gulfstream you got out here is kind of odd too. And I said, why is that? And he said, it's a sister airplane to this airplane. I find 2 airplanes 50 miles apart, 3 years apart, owned by the same guy. Not only that, they were sister airplanes, 97 Whiskey Juliet and 98 Whiskey Juliet. Weird stuff just doesn't stop, does it?
Coincidence.
Kidding. No kidding. No, with that kismet stuff. So put that in there.